Hey guys, I'm on location here in Grand Bend, Ontario for another viewers comments video. You guys liked the last one so much where I kind of ad-libbed it. I said, screw it. Let's chuck away the teleprompter and do another one because this is kind of cool. And I get a bike trip out of the deal. Weather's still pretty good. The beach is kind of awesome actually, so it's not too bad. Anyway, we're gonna take a look at some of your comments. Here we go.
Okay, we get it with the dumb bass player jokes. Jesus, there's some of us who have our shit together.
Hey Jeff, you know what? Honestly, I've seen more live unicorns. Nice try, asshole.
There are 7 knobs too many on that pedal. Your bass player is gonna panic.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of knobs and switches on the dark glass, and it can look a little daunting, but if your bass player gets confused, just do what you do the rest of the time and have the guitar player show him how to do it.
Fuck you, Glenn.
Hey Glenn, funniest vid up to date, XD. Question though, your monitors in the back. Do you have them mounted inside the wall to eliminate any bass bouncing back while you mix? And would there be any vibration of the wall where the monitor's mounted causing unnecessary vibration?
Yeah, what you're looking at is what's called soffit mounted monitors. And yeah, the whole idea there is so that the low frequencies will only come out of the front of the speaker and not out of the back, bounce off the front wall, and then come back in and out of phase and creating dead spots and all kinds of problems with the low end. If you soffit mount your monitors, what you're doing is creating an infinite baffle. So that way anything coming from out of the rear of the speaker, because low frequencies pass through a lot of shit and aren't very directional, anything coming out of the back will just kind of get absorbed because it's a great big trap back there. So you're only gonna hear what's coming out of the front of the speaker, and that's gonna work great. For more information on that, I highly recommend checking out the John Sayers Home Studio Design Forum. That's where I got the design for my control room. We built that back in 2003, and it's just been a fantastic room to work in. Honestly, for guys who are asking about, you know, what kind of gear should I buy, that kind of stuff, the single most important thing you can do is upgrade the acoustics in your control room and your mix room, because that's going to give you the biggest improvement in your sound, not new gear. It's not as glamorous, and it's a big pain in the ass to do, especially building soffit mounts, but it's oh so worth the effort.
Hey Glenn, any reason why you always record into a DI instead of using the high Z input on your mic pre?
So the reason I use a direct box instead of high impedance input is because actually the direct box is designed solely for that, and it's going to give you a cleaner signal. Even though I've got some really nice mic preamps, I still don't trust the high impedance input on it like I would a direct box, dedicated direct box that is, say, like the Countryman or something like that. The cool thing about Countryman is it's only about 200 bucks. It's top of the heap. You can run it over with a truck and it'll last you your entire life. It's highly recommend the investment on that. It's a no-brainer, just get one.
Not gonna lie, these videos are better than porn.
If you think my videos are better than porn, you're watching the wrong porn.
Why is there duct tape on the upper frets of that guitar? Was that always there and I didn't notice it?
Okay, that's a fantastic question, and this is a technique I've used for years. Actually, I stole this one from Bob Rock. This goes way back to when Metallica was doing the Black album. They're doing like the guitar harmonies for Wherever I May Roam, and I noticed, you know, they've got all these extra strings taped off with like masking tape and whatnot, so Hetfield can just nail those harmony bits, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, those bits, and I'm thinking, son of a bitch, that's a great idea, you know, you're just gonna get the pure notes, you're not gonna get any of that extra string ring. So that's something I keep handy at any time. It's just, I'll keep a roll of duct tape or masking tape or something, just so if I notice, you know, there's something that could be a little bit cleaner, I'll just tape off the strings not being used, you know, do the part and then pull it off, away we go. It's just a really smart way to work.
Hey Glenn, what do you think about fretless bass? Have you ever had to record one? And what do you think of fretless players like Dominic LaPointe from Beyond Creation and Steve DiGiorgio from Sadus and Death? Love the videos, keep rocking. M.
I absolutely love fretless bass. I think every studio should have at least one fretless bass kicking around, just for, you know, that occasional 1 in a million chance you get a bass player coming into the studio that actually knows what the fuck he's doing. Yes, fretless basses are great, especially for like clean passages and whatnot, and you need just a different kind of vibe. A fretless bass can really add a nice texture to a song. What's really cool about fretless bass is I'm going to be using one in an upcoming song. I'm getting together with TJ and a few other musicians, and we're going to be doing a cover song of a track from the anime Beck Mongolian Chop Squad. Somebody was cool enough to turn me on to that a few weeks back. I got completely hooked and I said, there's one song on there, it really needs a nicely done English cover. So like I said, I'm getting together with a few musicians. We're gonna lay that down next week. We're gonna make a little music video for it. Should be really cool.
Hey Glenn, I have a friend that produces small bands. He told me he shovels off most of the low end as it just muddies up the mix. I know too much can muddy up the mix, but the guitars lack low end. How much low end is enough and how much is too much?
That's the question, isn't it? You know, I mean, I roll off any instrument at least 40 hertz. You know, certain instruments you'll roll off a little bit more, some a little less. Like a bass guitar, I'll roll off around, 60 to 75 hertz. Guitars, I'll roll off all the way to 90 hertz. But the question, how much is enough, how much is too much, that question you're gonna have to answer for yourself. And that's why it takes years to learn engineering, because you're the only person who can really answer that question. How much bass is enough bass? And the only way you're gonna find the answer to that question is through experience. So practice hard, my friend, because you're in for an interesting ride. Good luck. Okay, that's audio sync. So as you can see behind me, this is why singers like to jam their microphone into their mouth as much as possible. Stop.